Breaking overnight from Capitol Hill, the House votes yes to form a 9/11-style commission to investigate the attack on the Capitol. 35 Republicans breaking with House Leader Kevin McCarthy by voting for the commission. Also find our most recent poll. We want to hear from you. Are you still concerned about COVID-19? Well, be sure to head to our website and vote right now. 62% say yes, they are still concerned. One of 3 seats on the Railroad Commission up for grabs tonight. Now, the Railroad Commissioner regulates the oil and gas industry, approves leases, promoting safety. So this seat definitely affects us here in West Texas.
That's right.
Let's take a look at this. Stan the Tyrannosaurus Rex is known as one of the most intact dinosaur skeletons ever discovered. I mean, look at that guy. Now stands up for auction. Christie's is displaying the fossil at its floor-to-ceiling windows in Midtown Manhattan. The T-Rex remains were discovered in 1987 by paleontologists named, well, Stan.
There you go.
In the Midwest. Stan the T-Rex could be yours. Well, that's only if you got $8 million laying around. So.
$8 million and a lot of floor space, it looks like.
Yeah, that thing definitely covers some ground. So,
I've heard that Tyrannosaurus Rex is a large dinosaur.
Yeah, I think if you have $8 million, though, you also have the room for that in your house.
Hopefully. Hopefully you don't blow the life savings on just the skull or just the skeleton.
If you got no place to put it.
Yeah, well.
Ector County ISD is fulfilling its promise to students of a traditional graduation this year. Permian and Odessa high schools will walk the stage next weekend. Now each event will be live streamed and students are allowed to have visitors. Javier Hoven and Patrick Payton held a town hall Thursday to discuss key issues impacting their cities, like developing the economy and recovering after the COVID-19 pandemic. One of the big takeaways was how the oil and gas industry can improve in both cities and how they can work together to improve the local economy. Will the U.S. follow suit? It's coming as the nation is currently experiencing a slowdown in vaccinations fueled by people hesitant about the vaccine. ABC's Ika Jachi has the latest from Washington.
Fox 4's Jacob Sloan spoke with a neighbor today. He joins us live near the neighborhood in the Northland. So, Jacob, how bad are the roads?
Well, you can see like the main roads here are pretty clear, but you get back in the neighborhoods and some of them are almost impassable. Now, in that neighborhood, they told us that one small plow came through last night. They could only do so much. It's the kind of news that no parent wants to get. Here at Children's Mercy in the fall, Bryce and Stephanie learned of Stephen's cancer diagnosis.
And you know, it throws your whole life upside down. What do you do with work and what do you do with the other kids and all that stuff? As any pediatric cancer mom or dad will tell you, it's a huge learning curve. All of a sudden you're just thrust in and you have to learn all this stuff.
It gets even harder when birthdays roll around.
So we arranged a party and then it turned out his white blood cell count was bottomed out completely, like almost no immune response. So we had to cancel the party. It was kind of disappointing.
Instead of just sitting at home, one of the Leggett's friends offered to organize a car parade.
I mean, I thought, oh, okay, cool. We'll have, a couple friends and, maybe he'll get a fire truck to come.
The day of, it came and we were all sitting outside and I was just blown away. So many people came out.
Hundreds of people lined up, including fire trucks, tow trucks, exotic cars, and more.
And we just kept coming. You think, okay, we're done now. No, there's more. Really neat cars, and many of the participants had organized and were giving him gifts, and that's what kind of put me over the edge, was not just cars driving by, but people wanted to express their love and give a gift. And
not only did it make for the best 4th birthday ever,
he was kind of up front, like, just in stunned mode.
Like they're giving him gifts and dropping off toys and balloons and just, every 4-year-old's dream. Like, it's just happening right in front of his eyes.
It meant the world to 2 parents when complete strangers stepped up to make Stephen's day.
I did not expect that response. I thought, maybe we're going to have 10 cars show up, not over 100.
I was sitting in the background because I was honestly having a hard day, and I was struggling to keep the tears back, and we were so blessed by all of it.
There aren't words to express the incredible support we've received and just how kind and caring people have been towards us.
As of today, Stephen's in remission, but is still going through chemotherapy treatments. They're documenting his journey on Facebook, and we'll have the link to that on our website, fox4kc.com. Jacob Sloan, Fox 4, working for you.
Welcome back. Well, you've seen these fish that jump out of the water in bunches. Well, Missouri Coast Fisheries has taken something nobody wants and turned it into a profit.
An invasive species that the company is literally mining out of the Platte River north of the metro. Fox 4's Jacob Sloan has this fish tail from near Farley.
This is a silver carp. It's an invasive species in our rivers and streams. One company in Platte County is turning this problem into nearly a $300 solution.
And that's $300 per fish for a species that causes a lot of problems.
And they basically eat the bottom out of the food chain, and they outcompete the native game fish and the good fish that we have in the river, the shad and the other fish that we depend on.
So Greg Trial and partner Jim Finke decided to do something about it. They found out, kind of on accident, that the frequency from their motor causes the fish to jump out of the water, kind of like this.
Oh, Jesus!
It just disrupts them, it disorients them, and their natural response to that is to leap out of the water. And so they leap as high as 10 feet.
And they soon found out just how many fish there are to catch.
I mean, sometimes there's 300, 500, 1,000 fish at a time, and it just rains fish.
Today they have a boat with custom modifications to catch the jumping fish and are working with the Missouri Department of Conservation to fish the Platte River, which no one has done before. But working through the government can be challenging.
It's tough because, you know, every time you say, hey, we want to try this, they're like, oh, we got to go check and go and do that. I'm like, guys, we're trying to solve this problem for you because you guys aren't doing it.
And they're turning the problem of the silver carp population into cash. They create products like fertilizer, dog treats, fish leather, and even fishing lures. For Trial, it's about giving back to our ecosystem.
I think part of it is just being a lifelong sportsman. And, you know, we depend on our river for fishing. We depend on our lakes. And I think just that need to kind of give back and try to give back to what we take from it.
And all the while, turning the problem into its own solution.
I think we've shown that we can take something that nobody wanted, that somebody sat and thought that was pretty much a worthless trash fish, and do some good with it.
Jacob Sloan, Fox 4, working for you.
One family in the Northland had their packages stolen by a porch pirate, so they found a creative way to find out who did it. Fox 4's Jacob Sloan spoke with them about their way of teaching that thief a lesson.
When the porch pirate first struck, they called KCPD immediately, but after a few days of talking to them and admittedly being frustrated, they decided to try and get even.
It started back in June when the porch pirate first took more than $750 in rare custom car parts right off of the front porch.
So I think at first it was just, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened to us. You see about it all the time, but it happened to us.
So naturally, Emma Davis called the police.
Because I just knew that they were just going to make a case, you know, file it as an incident report and carry on.
So she decided to take matters into her own hands, making fake packages, one that contained a blanket full of glitter and an Apple AirTag. It took more than a month, but eventually the pirate came back for more.
And you can watch my ring footage. My truck pulls out, proceeds forward. The next frame, he pulls in, and he looks back to make sure that my truck had rounded the corner up by Quick Trip. It's not okay. It's not okay to watch people leave their home.
Less than 2 minutes after leaving her house on Wednesday with her children, the pirate took the bait. They tracked his location while on the phone with police, eventually stopping at a home in Kansas City, Kansas. They're letting police handle the situation, but have not gotten their items back yet. Davis says she knows why the same pirate keeps showing up.
So they're coming back because they know that there are people out there that are leaving their packages out. They're having wins. They're going home with large amounts of items.
She says going forward, she's looking into a lockbox or other delivery options so she's not such an easy target, but is hoping the thief learns not to come back.
Until they get caught or until they're not getting items anymore, they're going to continue to come back.
In the end, they are looking to get those custom car parts back and hopefully teach this thief a lesson or two, hoping that maybe he'll think again before taking a package off of the front porch. Jacob Sloan, Fox 4, working for you. Take a look at the crowd that came to support the USPS and the National Association of Letter Carriers. They say that more than 8 million people's jobs could be affected.
No, right now we are mandated by Congress to deliver 6 days a week to every address in America.
That's their universal mandate, but the National Association of Letter Carriers says if they keep getting cut, they won't be able to uphold that mandate.
It can affect us as letter carriers, city letter carriers, rural carriers, postal clerks, but it's about the customers and giving them what they deserve, what they've had for over 200 years.
Hundreds of local letter carriers rallied Sunday to show their support here in the metro. Kevin Williams, the legislative representative for our local chapter of the National Association of Letter Carriers, says any plan to absorb USPS into the federal government would be detrimental.
The Trump administration is planning on trying to take the United States Postal Service and move it under the Department of Commerce, and we're here to say hell no to dismantling the Postal Service.
He says that a lot of people don't know that USPS doesn't use tax dollars to operate.
We are a service. We are a service that's not funded by the federal government. We don't use tax dollars. We use money from the sale of postage and postal goods and supplies.
Congressman Emanuel Cleaver gave a passionate speech to the crowd. He says the workers and letter carriers won't go down without a fight.
We're not going to let them do it with comfort. I think all over this country you're going to find people standing up in support of the Postal Service.
And Williams says that a government-ran postal service would mean thousands, if not millions, of customers would be affected.
And so moving us under the Department of Commerce would cut service to a lot of people, people in rural areas, people who are disabled, the elderly. They count on their mail-in packages every day, and with the decrease in workforce and taking jobs away, that's going to hurt.
The USPS employees here tell me that operations will continue as normal as they continue to fight for the USPS. They say if you'd like to get involved, the best way is to contact your representative. Jacob Sloan, Fox 4, working for you.